It's been 10 years since the original iPhone was released. So, how far has the camera come in that time?
We have an original iPhone that still works, and we're going to compare it to the iPhone 10, just for fun.
Look how small this is! Seriously.
Oh, it's like it's baby.
I can't even see the screen very well.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, iOS.
It's iOS, I think it's iOS 3 or 4.
The original iPhone has a 2-megapixel rear camera. There's no flash and definitely no video recording.
The iPhone 10 has 2 rear cameras, one wide angle and one telephoto. It also has a flash and records video in 4K. On the phones, there's no comparison between the OLED screen on the 10, which blows the originals out of the water. So to be fair, let's take a look at them outside of the phone.
Because the lens on the original iPhone has a narrower field of view, you don't get as much into the shot. Photos from the original look like you'd expect from any point-and-shoot camera with a small sensor. But surprisingly, in good lighting conditions, they don't lose that much detail, and the colours look pretty similar between both images. The iPhone 10 can obviously capture a wider dynamic range.
Portrait mode has been a welcome addition to the iPhone's camera, but it adds yet another step to taking photos. The interface on the original is so simple, you can't even pinch to zoom or adjust the exposure. There's just a shutter button, and that's it.
So we want to take a look at that shot that we just took for the original iPhone. Well, the touchscreen is not super responsive. Hello?
Selfies weren't really a big deal when the first iPhone was released, so it's no surprise that the original has no front-facing camera. Instead, we have to resort to this.
Alright, there's the button. Alright, here we go. Ready? 1, 2.
Oh, I took it. I had this out. You know what? That was the good old days because you actually had to shame yourself, ask somebody and be like, can you take my photo and interact with humans? On the iPhone 10, you can even do portrait mode on the front-facing camera.
But it's low light where the original iPhone really shows its age. A smaller sensor and no image stabilization means you're left with a photo that's barely usable.
The camera on the iPhone has definitely improved, but maybe it's not as big of a jump as we had expected, considering it has been a decade. You basically just went back in time. What was shooting with that again like?
So much fun. I forgot how exciting it can be. It's compact, I don't have to worry about dropping it. Okay, the photos are only 2 megapixel resolution. They're not that great, but the best camera is the one they have with you. But what would you miss most if you had to go back to an older phone to take photos?
I would definitely miss the focus and the zoom, but that's not that groundbreaking. I mean, in 10 years, I kind of would expect more. Maybe in the portrait mode, but it's been 10 years. This can still hold up.
And let us know what you think the camera phone of the future will look like. Specs, features, anything like that in the comments below.